Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tamika. This is going to be a reading for the Cancer Collective, the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is your March 2020 self-care reading. I'm using the Neo Tarot for the tarot portion and the Sacred Traveler Oracle by Denise Lynn for your oracle guidance. Cancers, I like this energy. A couple of quick caveats. I have already recorded, Virgo yesterday and Aries just earlier today, and I'm picking up on energy from both of those readings. Definitely Virgo, but possibly also Aries, as we do have the Emperor card coming out here. Okay, so the spread is read top to bottom, and I have the cards facing you all this time as well as right to left. Okay, so the first card we have coming up, Four of Wands. I love this coming up. This is talking about your commitment, your stability. Okay, it could be talking about commitment in a relationship, certainly, but more so just committing to your own path and whatever it is that you sort of want to do or create or manifest in your life. It has a connotation of a celebratory energy. You can kind of see like the figures on the card look like they're dancing a little bit. I really like this energy coming out for you guys top of mind, because to me it really speaks to your stability and foundation, okay, which again is an energy that did come up actually in the Aries reading just earlier today. So you may want to check that out, or the Virgo reading, especially if you have those signs prominently in your chart, okay, as your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. Definitely go and check out those other videos. I am picking up a little bit too on some fire energy in your reading. Okay, so this is talking about action that you need to take. Okay, I feel like, did this come up in one of your other readings? It might have, but yeah, I feel like you're either thinking about, something that you want to move forward on, or perhaps if you're already in the midst of it, it's like you're sort of reassessing your plan and your goals right now before you really continue moving forward with fervor. Okay, you might sort of be like in a state of like I almost see like pressing like a pause button or something. Gosh, that's so antiquated, right? Oh no, I guess we can like pause things now too, right? But I literally saw like a tape recorder or like a VCR and like the double twos for the pause button. At any rate, the next card you have coming up is your self-care tip to try, and it is the Emperor card. This is really talking about bossing up into your own energy. Okay, some of you might be being promoted in terms of work, or you might be starting your own thing, in which case obviously you're like the CEO, founder of your own company or organization. This could also just be talking about stepping up into more of a leadership role in your personal life, okay, in your family, in your friend group, that kind of thing. I really, really like this energy for you guys. Okay, so your self-care strategy with the Emperor card. That's going to be the only card that I reference a self-care tip for in this reading. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, then we do go into more detail. Okay, so, ooh, I love this one because I've been practicing it myself. Okay, so the self-care tip for the Emperor card. Saying no is difficult at the best of times, but learning how to do so is a crucial part of reclaiming your agency. Look for situations where you might be taking the path of least resistance against your better judgment. Instead of acquiescing, dig in your heels, defend yourself with clear, nonviolent communication, make yourself heard, and you'll be surprised how willing to compromise at the least people are. Okay, and at the least, that was like in parentheses, right? So very true. I oftentimes have, like hesitancy around sort of saying no. But what I've noticed more recently, as I have stepped more into my power in terms of saying no and just no, right? Not having to qualify no, like no, I can't because, or no, whatever. People do respect it by and large. And those that don't, that's an indicator of perhaps needing to instill some kind of boundaries, right? So I really like that exercise and that self-care tip for y'all there, coupled with that Emperor energy. You could also be dealing with a fire sign, of course, right? So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, lots of fire energy coming out in your reading, as well as air energy. Okay, so Actually, interestingly enough, you have all the other elements except for water coming out here. So you could be really trying to like balance out your, I almost said your emotions, but we're in like a highly emotional season in time right now, just being in Pisces, especially with Mercury retrograding in Pisces right now. Okay. And Cancers, that's your, you know, your water sign cousin. So you may be really sort of feeling that emotionality, I guess is what I'll call it right now. But what's coming out here in your reading is all of the other signs, okay? And so similarly to Aries that I read for earlier, it's a little bit like that magician energy of having all of the elements here at your disposal to really create and manifest whatever it is that you want. Feels really lovely. Okay, so the next card coming up is the Knight of Swords, and this could be talking about what may be stopping you. Very specifically, this could be an air sign person, okay, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. There could be some kind of communication, okay, between you and this individual, or communication that needs to sort of come to the fore. With Mercury retrograde, right, and Mercury is the planet of communication, it's possible this, you know, it's possible maybe there's some confusion around this communication. It might be quite harsh here with the Knight of Swords. Sometimes the Knight of Swords, you know, really just charges into a situation. It's a little bit of like that Aries Fool energy as opposed to the Emperor, right, which is very sort of tempered and controlled energy, the Emperor. So I feel like if this is someone else approaching you, just keep that in mind, that they may be a little bit harsh, dare I say even critical, okay, in terms of whatever it is that they may be communicating. And if this is you needing to communicate something to someone else or to other people, there's definitely a message coming out here about being really considered and controlled in terms of your communication. Try to think of it as like, okay, who is my audience? What is it that I'm trying to get across? And what is the best way then to communicate that? Easier said than done, I know, but that's definitely the guidance that's coming out here for y'all if you're needing to, in fact, communicate with someone else or someone's else, okay? So that's the what might be stopping you category, all right? Yeah, I'm almost getting like what is that phrase? Putting your foot in your mouth. Okay, so again, if this is communication that you're putting forth, whether it's a conversation or, you know, some really important letter or email, presentation, something like that, just be sure to triple check your words, okay? That's just what I'm gonna say here. And if you're talking, right, if you're engaging with people, I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit when we're engaging or we're in conversation. Not that we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't give ourselves enough time. So make sure you're really listening and absorbing what the other party or parties might be saying, and then give yourself some time to think about your response. You know, it might seem, you know, other people might think it's strange if, like, you know, the pause is super long or something, but better safe than sorry, I feel, in this case. Okay, and again, this is more so about you than it is about other people's judgment, right? That's always the case. That's definitely one of the major lessons in life, right? Okay, so your next card coming up is the Ten of Swords, which also did come out in the Virgo reading yesterday, okay? There is a lot of people are ending karmic cycles here, okay, especially with that number 10. This has been going on for a while, but I feel like for a large part of just the general collective, not even necessarily any signs, but obviously this is coming out specifically for you Cancers, and it also came up for Virgos, okay? I know someone with both of those. There is an old situation here that is needing to really be put to rest, okay? As you can see, sometimes the figure in this card, that Ten of Swords, it looks very dead, okay? But it's not a literal death. It could be, but it's not a literal death. It's more metaphorical, okay? And after the death comes the rebirth, okay? So I really feel like this might be deading a situation, okay? Perhaps ending a situation or a relationship with someone. You may already be you may have already sort of gone through this energy, or you may be in it right now, or it may be coming up for you, right? We all move through energy at different clips, okay, at different speeds. But yeah, definitely feeling like there's an old cycle that's ending with a person, okay? And I just want to add on to that. You have the Five of Pentacles coming up here reverse, okay? Five of Pentacles energy at the bottom of the deck there. Five of Pentacles energy It's actually reversed. I know it's upright to you, but the way I put the cards down after I finished reading, it is reversed. I just didn't flip it around for the reading, okay? So Five of Pentacles upright can be talking about feeling left out in the cold, okay? Either you or someone else. With the Five of Pentacles reverse, it's talking about coming out of that, okay? Really moving past that energy. Perhaps you were, you know, in sort of a grieving or like a sad, maybe almost depressive kind of state for a little while, okay? And I feel like you're really moving through that and closing out that cycle finally, right? So that's how to address this. Let it die. Let it lie. Let dead dogs lie. Is that I don't even know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay. So what is the benefit of addressing this? It's the Ace of Wands. This is following your path, right? Really being able to move forward with something new, perhaps someone new. Again, could be a fire sign there with the Wands energy. Really, it's like a new beginning here after that Ten of Swords, okay? And it's something or someone that is really, that you're very passionate about, okay? And I feel like this is also giving you, it's like, I'm almost feeling like an injection shot of reinvigoration here with that Ace of Wands, okay? With the Knight of Pentacles coming out last, this is saying how you'll thrive, okay? And Knight of Pentacles energy, it's grounded energy, it's earth energy, right? Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, again, if we're talking about a person. But I feel like if this is just talking to you, and if this is talking to a person, this may be someone coming in to approach you, because I did see the Knight of Cups. So could be someone coming in with some sort of love offer or opportunity, or some sort of work offer or opportunity, but again, something that really speaks to your passions and speaks to your heart. With the Knight of Pentacles, if this is someone coming into you, just understand that this Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest moving Knight of the deck, so it can be very slow moving energy. So I say that to say you need to cultivate a state of patience, okay, which definitely came up in the Aries reading earlier today as well. And if this is you, talking about you moving forward, this is again saying it's like slow and steady wins the race, okay? There's no need to rush here. Just make sure that you put your plan into place, right? And just be willing to sort of have the strength and the fortitude to stick with it, the perseverance, the stick-to-itiveness, whatever, to really stick with it and see things through, because it does have a very promising feeling attached to it. But again, it may take some time to sort of build up or work on whatever this is, okay, relationship or otherwise. Now, for your oracle guidance, you have Wise Leader, which also came up for Virgos yesterday. So it says, you are a beacon for others. And it says, choosing your path here, coming up at the bottom of the deck. All is possible. Okay, so again, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but you may be faced with several sort of options or opportunities. Could be in love or could be related to work, could be both, right? For some of y'all, again, take your time sort of deciding. My general guidance and advice has been not to make any major decisions or changes during this Mercury retrograde period. Wait until we're out of Mercury retrograde, more towards the middle to the end of the month in March, okay? So I'm just going to read this card and then I'll close out the reading. Wise Leader, you are a beacon for others. You are a leader. You carry a wisdom and radiance that inspires others. Even if you're not always aware of the depth of wisdom within you, it's emerging by leaps and bounds. This is a time to step into your power and take a role of leadership, which is what I was talking about. You are ready. Grab the reins, make decisions. Again, don't rush into them. It's okay if you're not 100% sure. Make decisions anyway. It's what a leader does. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. On the journey, it's easy to tell who the leaders are. They have an inner grace and strength that glows from within. Others travel on the pathways that the leaders have created. The Wise Leader holds up the flame as a torch for others in the darkest night. But the leader also listens to the beat of their own drum. Grab the reins of life on your terms. Don't live to please and appease others to the detriment of your own needs. This is not what a leader does. Live without regrets, okay? And I saw also the 10 of Wands while I was shuffling, okay, which can be talking about taking on the burdens of other people, taking on the roles and responsibilities of other people, or just sort of overburdening yourself with too much, okay? Too much work, too many responsibilities. And the guidance is definitely not to do that, as the the guidance in the oracle card said as well. Okay, Cancer, so that has been your March 2020 self-care reading. If you like this reading, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website. I do offer this as one of my offerings. There's a self-care reading on my website. And if you book with me, obviously it's a much longer reading. We go into a lot more details about the cards, and we'll also go over all of the self-care tips that come with the cards that come out in your reading. So if that's something that interests you, definitely go ahead and click the link down below and book. And if not, I hope to see you anyway next time in the next reading. Thanks for watching. Bye.